Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your eyes and ears to some of the travails and tribulations that take place throughout our cities, our states, our country, and sometimes around the world. And now we've reached a point with this high preponderance of gun violence, assaults, and even murders that no place is safe anymore in America, including one of our historical companies that represents the United States as a building block and framework for the American dream, which is McDonald's. You can't even go to McDonald's now and get a hamburger or place an order, go inside, without there being an attempt on your life. And this has taken place in St. Louis, where a young 15-year-old McDonald's employee got beat down by a female 15-year-old teenage high school part-time working McDonald's employee got beat down by a 25-year-old grown man over an order. And now we got this one where an attorney gets killed at McDonald's, gets murdered. What in the world is happening to our country? You can't even go to a fast food restaurant in today's time without the chance of someone harming you, hurting you, or even killing you. So let's go into this one. This is straight out of Houston, Texas. Suspect wanted, charged with murder of attorney after shooting him at McDonald's in Houston. A 57-year-old man has been identified as the angry McDonald's customer who shot an attorney in Houston a little over a month ago. And now police are offering a $5,000 reward for information on his whereabouts. Anthony Martin Landry is charged with murdering attorney Jeffrey Limmer, 46, on May 4th after he allegedly became upset with his food order, shot the attorney multiple times, and fled the crime scene in his early 2000s blue Ford pickup truck, the Houston Police Department said in a news release. Houston police officers responded to the shooting around 6 p.m. and found attorney Limmer unresponsive with multiple gunshot wounds, according to the department. Houston fire paramedics pronounced attorney Limmer dead at the scene, police said. Preliminary investigation indicates that Limmer was shot by Landry after the two got into a verbal disagreement, according to the release. So what precipitated and kicked off Mr. Landry getting angry and then killing attorney Limmer? So follow it. Landry is the assailant and the perpetrator of this crime. Limmer is the attorney. Landry was allegedly frustrated with the McDonald's employee over his order and was demanding a refund before the shooting, ABC 13 reported, citing detectives. Attorney Limmer, an associate at Louis Brisbois' Houston office, stepped in to de-escalate the situation between Landry and the McDonald's employee, but his attempt to help made Landry focus on him, according to the TV station. As a result, the two men began fighting, and at some point, attorney Limmer pushed Landry to the ground, ABC said. Landry then went to his car, got a gun, and allegedly fired at Limmer, shot him multiple times, and killed him. So who is this Landry guy? What is his criminal rap sheet? Does he have a criminal history? Because how do you go from going to McDonald's to order fast food and then you end up attempting and committing a heinous crime like murder at McDonald's, which is which has been marketed as America's hamburger, a family place to eat with your kids. All of us have grown up on McDonald's. As a kid, you loved going to McDonald's. We couldn't wait to go to McDonald's. Ronald McDonald, the whole shebang. And now McDonald's has turned into some kind of trepidous, dangerous place to go to even get food. So what's Landry's criminal background? Landry has a criminal rap sheet dating back to the 1980s and includes charges such as evading arrest, resisting arrest, assault with bodily injury to a family member, and burglary, according to Harris County court records. The 57-year-old was most recently convicted in August 2015, guess what, for assaulting a man with a baseball bat, court records show. Murder charges against Landry were filed a couple of weeks ago after further investigation led to police officially identifying him as Attorney Limmer's alleged killer. Landry, at this time, remains at large, according to the department. Crime Stoppers of Houston is offering the public $5,000 for information leading to Landry's arrest, Houston police said on Thursday in a post. Mr. Landry, as I just gave you his criminal background record, has had a number of assaults, including against his own family members. And what you see time and time again from a legal standpoint, many of these individuals who have a long history of mental illness, possibly drug addiction, and assaults, typically, if they are not incarcerated and led down a path of remediation, contemplation on doing the right thing, they end up pushing the boundaries, and eventually will commit murder. It happens innumerable amounts of time. A person's past can be a predicator for what the person's future or his presence is going to look like. It's just a fact. If you have a kid that's troubled as a small kid, if he doesn't get that corrected through psychological counseling, through love, family members, and the medical community, there's a high chance that that kid will grow up into his teens, into his adulthood, and his anger, his crimes, his bad behavior will exacerbate, and then he will start getting arrested and go to jail. This man had a laundry list of assaults. And does it surprise anybody that he ended up killing someone at a McDonald's, a family-oriented fast food place? What does this do for the marketing, for the corporation, for McDonald's right here in Houston? And then you had a case that I did a video on several weeks ago, a month or so ago, where here in St. Louis, Missouri, in North County, a 25-year-old man beat up, kicked a 15-year-old teenage girl in the head at McDonald's. We're having assaults. So that was an assault where he kicked the young ladies in the head. 15 years old. He's 25. So that could have been his sister. That could have been his cousin. And he's kicking this 15-year-old in the head, and she's just working there part-time while she's in high school. You're talking about PTSD at its finest. That young lady, when she comes out of the hospital, hopefully she's going to recover. She may never even go to McDonald's again. That's going to be a triggering point based on what that 25-year-old man did here in St. Louis. And luckily, he did get arrested. Anger, mental illness, anxiety, stress, all play a part in some of the decisions that many of these people are making today. We have gotten so far away from de-escalation, mediation, conflict resolution, and there's such a finite line between life and death today. And there is a philosophy of inhumanity that is going around in America and around the world, where the way that we deal with disagreements or arguments is through violence, gun violence, physical assaults, and even murder and death. This lawyer, who is a contributing person to society, is trying to do the right thing, not only in his personal life, but also his professional life. And he was just trying to de-escalate the situation. And as a result of getting involved in somebody else's business, Mr. Landry decides to redirect his anger from the McDonald's worker to Attorney Limmer. They get into a physical altercation. Now remember, they're both at McDonald's just to get something to eat and to leave. The whole key is when you leave your house is to make it back home. And Mr. Landry decides to go get a gun, and then he kills Mr. Limmer, who, by all indications, was a positive contributing citizen in our country. We just lost another good one. And Mr. Landry, who's still alive, and if he hasn't been caught by now with me putting this video up, has had a laundry list of assaulting people and doing demonic and diabolical things to other human beings. When I talk about inhumanity, the inhumaneness that many of people in our cities and our states are doing to other human beings, where is the love and the respect for mankind, womankind, and just living in a positive spiritual, philosophical existence in today's world? You can't even argue with somebody or have a disagreement at a gas station, at McDonald's, anywhere. You can't even have an argument with family members. I've done innumerable amount of videos where family members are killing other family members. There's so much chaos and disruption that's going on in our cities and our states, but there's a lot of chaos and disruption that's going on in the four walls of many of our citizens' homes. But this is a very sad commentary. Now, this is a second situation at McDonald's. As I said, in St. Louis, you had a 25-year-old man that assaulted a 15-year-old black female teenager over an order. Now you have this same scenario in Houston at a McDonald's, which is a horrible marketing ploy to happen at McDonald's. And Mr. Landry decides to kill Attorney Limmer because his order was messed up. Where are we going in this world today? We are headed in the wrong direction. There is a brewing and a boiling point for our underclass and our middle class. There's a heavy burden that's being placed on our working class individuals, and people are stressed out, high anxiety, mental illness, homelessness, the opioid crisis, gun violence are some of the pillars that are tearing down the moral and ethical fabric of our society. And we need to talk about it, raise our voices. We need to have a non-violence approach to life. We need to have mediation, de-escalation, conflict resolution that needs to be applied, and not that every time that there's a conflict that the response is to harm the person that you are having a disagreement with. These liberal laws that are taking place in the state of Illinois, the Safety Act, bail reform in New York, the cashless bail system in LA County is decimating our country. We need more restrictions, and people with a history, a rap sheet of assaults, robberies, gun violence, they need therapy and they need to be incarcerated for a number of years. And we need to have some form of rehabilitation for individuals that go to prison so they can come out and be better citizens instead of going to prison and coming out being worse. This man, Mr. Landry, had a laundry list of assaults, including against his own family members. So what do you think? He didn't give a damn about Attorney Limmer. Limmer didn't know what he was walking into, and as a result, he ended up dying by going to a McDonald's. Where in the world are we headed to in this society today? There is so much death, destruction, incarceration, inept inner city public schools, fatherless homes. that in the next 20 to 25 years, we're headed towards total destruction if we don't get this under control. We need public safety to be an imminent and prominent issue in every city and every state. We can't even go to the gas station or McDonald's anymore. Where are we headed in this world? Tell me what you think about this story where Mr. Landry ended up getting into a verbal argument with Attorney Limmer, and as a result of that, at McDonald's, Mr. Landry takes out a gun, shoots and kills Attorney Limmer right there on the McDonald's parking lot. What a sad story. This has been the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth in a positive, righteous, and God-fearing way.